As we know, metaphors are the language of the unconscious mind, right? And so when metaphors pop up organically within our sessions, and we know that it came unconsciously, then this is pure, juicy gold that we get to use to help our clients transform. So in this video, I'm going to talk about what to avoid when metaphors come up, as well as what to do instead so that we can help our clients transform in a more profound way and be very creative and have fun within our sessions. So you're inside a client session and the client is working on procrastinating, let's say, on their business efforts. Or let's just say, let's not talk about business. Maybe let's talk about exercise. They're procrastinating and they really want to start exercising. They want to start off with 3 to 5 times a week, half an hour within those 3 to 5 times. And they talk about this. They talk about how they've tried before and then they've failed at doing it, or they do it for 1 to 2 weeks and they can't just seem to stick with it. And throughout that conversation, our client starts to talk about a metaphor of climbing trees, right? They go, we have a really, really amazing hypnotic interview and we're seeing all other unconscious expressions. And then this amazing unconscious expression comes up and says, what I've realized is that this whole thing feels like me climbing a tree. And I'm trying to climb this tree, but I can't seem to get all the way to the top. I keep slipping, and I keep falling down all the way down. Now, that's a pretty cool metaphor, right? I completely just made this up. So don't use this metaphor with your clients, which is the first thing that I'm going to talk about, which is what to avoid. When a client comes to us and says the exact same metaphor, this is what not to do. What not to do is to take that metaphor and have our own and use that metaphor for ourselves and make shit up to help the client. So what I mean by this is that they talk about slipping in the tree and we go, okay, so you're slipping in the tree. Now imagine yourself being propelled up by these big invisible hands that are white and warm and fuzzy. And now these hands are acting like elevators, taking you all the way up to the tree. And now you're up in the tree and you can see the amazing beach and mountains and pastures and everything you want. And you can see yourself with exercising. You can see yourself running. You can see yourself lifting weights. You can see all of this. Do not do that. Like you just heard me say all that. That sounds ridiculous. And might not even really match with what our client needs at that present moment. Because we have to remember this. We need to remember that a client spontaneously giving us a metaphor is an expression of their unconscious mind, which means that is very, very deliberately been given to us by our clients. And so instead of making our own shit up and getting them to visualize something, have our clients visualize it themselves and put the puzzle pieces together themselves, because that's just more fun. So instead of taking them up to the tree, what if, also like, what if they don't want to actually climb the tree? What if they've been climbing this tree and that's not what they need? That's not what they want. They probably don't want to climb the tree. Either it's the wrong tree, it's a different tree, or maybe they just don't need to climb the damn tree at all. Maybe they just need to walk through the forest. We don't really know that, right? So we cannot assume that we know better than our client's unconscious mind. That just puts the wall up of resistance anyway, and it's not very effective. So instead, they're climbing up the tree. They say that they keep falling, and we just ask them about it. Okay, so you try to climb this tree and you keep falling. What happens? And then let them fill in the blanks. Just allow them to expand and grow this metaphorical tree. Have them tell their own story about the tree. And here we just listen and we just ask them questions about it. And we could just get very curious about it, because really, once we are able to utilize the skill and be really good at the skill, this becomes very, very, very fun. Because now you're just using your client's unconscious expression. They are filling in the blanks themselves. They are telling the story. We are just very invested in the story. And how can that not be a powerful session? Right. And of course, that, having this metaphor and knowing what to do with it is exactly what we teach inside the trainings, right? There's a whole curriculum about getting into the deep, fine details as to how to methodically do this, as well as, the coaching and mentoring, because this is one of the things I find that students struggle with at the beginning. They have more challenging time to just allow the clients to sit in it and ask questions regarding it. It's definitely something that needs a lot of coaching, which I provide inside the trainings. So definitely do that instead. Just have your clients tell their own story. Don't make our own stories up, and watch how transformational that session becomes. Definitely apply this the next time your clients bring out a metaphor. Just be curious, just have fun with it. Allow your clients to do their own thing, and let me know how that session goes, because I betcha it's going to be very, very powerful. So if you have any questions at all, let me know, and I'll see you soon.